Hey guys, what is up? This is Andy here with another tutorial, and today I want to talk to you about how to make the progressive house that you guys look up to, like Tom Swoon, Dimitri Vangelis and Wyman, Third Party, even Martin Garrix, Dub Vision, Matisse and Satko, you know, all those big names that we all look up to. And if you don't know who they are, then you're honestly not a fan of progressive house. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, let's dive into it. One thing that I've managed to do a little bit better, and it's different for every song, obviously, and you gotta make it your own, is bass line. Instead of what I found to be better, and it makes for the kick to punch through a little bit more, and your sub to be more present in the mix, is gonna be having your 16 notes split up like this. So it sounds like this. Sounds like that, right? And so it sounds, yeah, it sounds better than if you were to have it, for example, like all of this. I don't know if I can do that right now. Sure, I'm gonna try. Yeah, this sounds like. Also, it helps if your notes aren't as long, because you can do all that stuff in the synthesizer. I use Silence for everything. Like, Silence is my go-to on FL keys. You'd be surprised how good some of the sounds in FL keys actually like add to your sound. It gives it like some sort of warmth if you use like the Rhodes and all that stuff. But you see the difference. This is like, it doesn't have like it doesn't let the song like breathe per se. So it's just like da 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 da. And if you just have it this way, it gives it a bit more room for it to breathe. For example, here on the kick. Where's stupid? Where it be? Where it at? Where it be? Where you at though? Is it this one? Yeah. See, the kick punches through a lot more. It gives it more of a bounce. And then the same with the sub. Now these sounds are pretty simple, but I modified them. These are presets, but I modified them to where, because these sounds were like really stabby, and so I increased the cutoff and reduced some of the release on them, and increase a bit of the sustain to get a bit more like elongated notes. And really, for these, I've seen people mix like 8 different kinds of bass lines, like literally 8 bass lines all running at the same time. Not only does that kill your CPU, but it's just kind of unnecessary, and it's just more for you to mix. So if you can find the right sounds and then just mix them properly, then you're good, because these are literally 3 sounds. And I don't know if you guys watched the how to make leads by Project 46, but Thomas has, it's literally 4, I think 3 or 4 leads, like synths that are open, where he makes his main lead for the track. So in essence, it's better to have put it this way, you can do more with less if you know what you're doing. For example, here, these are all grouped here in this one channel, but they have growth speed at the end of the chain, so I can sidechain all this stuff that's going over here. And then depending on the what kind of track you make, these are going to be stereo, and then all this is going to be taken away, like the low end, and is going to give a little. I boosted a little bit of the mids just to make it shine a little bit more, and gave some room for like the highs, and just boosted just a tiny bit here. And OTT to give it a bit more power. So that's what it sounds like with it. That's what it sounds without it. kind of cleaned it up, you know, that kind of thing. But anyway, here's the main melody that I wanted to show you guys, and it's quite simple, but it's got movement. And what you want in your leads is to have movement. If you don't have movement, you either have to have a very emotional set of notes to make a song work, you know, if you don't have a lot of movement, and in order to have to keep the groove going in a song that doesn't have like such emotional notes, you're gonna want to have that groove, you know. For example, this. Watch. Oh, whoops. Which one was this? So that's what you want. You want groove in progressive house. In most progressive houses, progressive house songs, because if you put this and you put like a snare over it, you got yourself a nice little loop, right? Just put this here in the sampler, and then copy this, put it here, and then you have like just, and then you just kind of pitch it. I mean, I'm just gonna do this real quick, but you're gonna get the general idea. Right here. Oh yeah, this is also a way to pitch up your instruments or whatever, whether it's like a synth or an instrument. For you FL Studio people, you highlight this, you go up here, and you click the fine pitch, and it's just gonna pitch it up. And see, this is the groove for the song, but it's also you can also use it for build up. So you can always keep those, like the blueprints of the song, and just kind of bring them all down to one note, and then you go from there. Like that, right? And that could be your build up. But yeah, so leads are you're gonna want for them to be groovy in such a way that it gives the track a movement, so it's not just boring. So let's together, and this needs to be obviously mixed a little bit better, and we're gonna try and do some of that in another video. But these are the essentials that you need. Now you're gonna use your drop, and in the drop you want a good kick. So this is my kick, right here. I find it somewhere. And then you're gonna want some white noise, very small white noise. This is a loop that I had from a pack, and I kind of cut it up and made it my own, because this is the original loop right here. But I didn't want all that extra noise, so I just cut it up, and it gives it a groove. It goes with the bass line. Sorry, with the sub bass, and of course you want your hats, like your white noise hats right here. Now, one thing you want to learn about this is sometimes you can make a song sound so good it sounds really perfect, and then it kind of loses its human touch. So what you can do is also put these right here, right before the kick, so that it gives, this also helps the kick give it a little bit more of a what's that word I'm trying to look for? Transient. It helps with the transients of the kick as well. It gives an illusion that it's hitting a bit more harder than it is, and so you can do that with this kind of noise hats. And then also same with the rides. I have them delayed just a bit, just right after the kick hits, because you don't want those two frequencies clashing within each other. So it's gonna be like, and you can hardly notice it, but if you probably put it here, it just, I don't know, I feel it helps with the kick punching through. Same with these. Now what I typically do is I have these and I put them in mono, so that they're in the same range as the kick. Same with these. And then I have claps, for example, sometimes panned a certain way, like these are panned to the right, and then it gives room for these two. And then these I don't think I have these activated. This is actually a pretty cool loop, but I'm not using it. No. The sound's down. What's this? Yeah, but I'm not using it. It's just down there. And that's it. That's it for the groove of it, like instruments wise. Just like that. Shoot. You know, that's how it is. And these are third-party impacts that I made. Well, this is one sample, and I just kind of looped it and then made it into one thing. They help. And besides these elements, you're gonna want to have maybe some chords to go along with it that will, I guess in a way, make the track feel more full, because this is what it sounds like without the chords. So it sounds like with it. So it just makes a difference in how full the track really feels. It just gives it that extra oomph. So don't go too crazy on these and try to put them all the way up or whatever. Just as long as it's there and you can notice them. Now you don't have to cut off all of the low end like I did here. I think I cut off a little bit too much, because then it sounds like a lot of highs. But some gross beat action going on here. Now these do sound a bit not glued together. I don't know why that is, but we're gonna try and figure that out. This sound I was talking about, it just sounds really, I don't know, I love this sound right here. It just gives it warmth, and I don't know, it gives that extra touch. I feel like I just really like this sound a lot, and I put it over the leads because it just, I don't know, it just adds a little bit to it. I don't know, it's just me. So when you put them together, check it out. Without these right here, without those two, these sound kind of flat. Like, so think about drawing it as like a house, right? A simple house, and you know the thing. And then so you sketch the house with a pencil, you draw it, and then you coloring it with crayons, right, or colored pencils, right? So the house looks nice, right? It's got color and it's very pretty and stuff, but something's missing, and you're gonna notice it once you look at it. It's like it looks kind of a little bit plain, like there's nothing there. So what you do is you grab a Crayola or like a marker, right, a colored marker, and you trace the edges of the house, right? All the edges, maybe some windows that need to be edged out and or colored, traced over, sorry, and then the door, right, and you know, whatever windows. So now when you look at it, you got the color on the inside, and then it's like those the extra the word's escaping right now, the extra work you did with the colored markers, like seals in those colors, and it just makes it look nice. It makes it pop, and it makes it look like it's finally done, like it's finally finished. So with these sound pretty. They sound okay, right? They sound decent together. But you want something to, like, it not box them in, but to kind of seal the picture and just make it look really nice, so that it doesn't just sound all kind of faded. So you added these plucks. Yeah, so the processing on these is gonna go, I have a lot of it, I shouldn't have this much, but simple EQ, take out the low ends, most of the low ends. Soundwadizer to pop out some of those mid highs. Pretty enhancer goes right here, and it just makes this kind of mono. The OTT just makes it pop. Increase the gain a little bit and the out. Again, increase some of the low ends on here and increase the downward compression. Gross beat, it's kind of extreme on here, so it really makes the kick come out. You can even do this instead right here, so it's a bit more shaped. then EQ to EQ all of that. It just basically just cuts out right here at 183 hertz about, and then you do some light, what you call it, reverb, and then this is just the filter and some transient to give the leads a bit more attack, to come out a little bit more. So it sounds better like this, I think. Now, one thing I noticed is that the sub is a little bit lacking, so we're gonna go to that right now. The sub's right here. Let's turn it on. So what's on the sub is it's pretty much just nothing, and I have a bit of compression on there, and parametric EQ right here, taking out some of the highs, and again the stereo enhancer, making this all mono, so where it occupies a similar space as a kick. And let's just go ahead and see what this does right here with the. Let's take off this one and try a OTT compressor. I don't know what I'm doing with this, but I usually have the depth somewhere around here. And let's try and mess with it, see what happens. Let's try this. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I didn't muddy it up, but let's see how it sounds like with the kick. Right here, sorry about that. So what it is, just I decrease the tail on this kick, and then, you know, try to match it up, see what it sounds like now together with it. That's the thing. See how I made it sound really loud in the just mixing it on its own, but when I put it together, it just was like too much, right? So that's what you want to do. You might want to mix. You might think you have some leads mixed perfectly until you put them in with the rest of the mix, and then it sounds like total garbage because you didn't mix them together with the rest of the mix. So just kind of alter back and forth with that. But yeah, that's some of the main things for a progressive house track. You know, make the melody have movement to where if you put it on a, you know, as a riser or something, as a snare riser, then it would work. It would make sense. For the drop, you're gonna want to have your impacts, of course, like this. Some noise like these hitting every other kick, and then these, just some noise. And then make it this long. I think this is 2 bars, I want to say. This is 1 bar, and then this is 2 bars right here. So that's basically the gist of it. As far as the build, there's not a lot going on here, I'll be honest with you. I need to delete these right here. It's just a simple sound, and these you're gonna want to have them like relatively low volume, and maybe you might even want to pan them. Like I panned some of these, like this one's panned, and this one's not panned, and this one's I think panned a little bit, and this one's like half volume, so it sounds like this on their own. I have 2 snares going. This is this one, and then I have this one, so together they sound like this. Again, it gives it just more groove than a simple da 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 da. It's like dun 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 dun. That's have risers building tension. That's how it is. That's how you do it.